Ultimate 48 author, and today we're over in the West here in Perth with Shelly Ashworth, one of our recently published authors. You know, it's slowly coming to a year, since your book came out, right? And so Shelly wrote this book called Shift Energy, and I met her actually not in this room but in Perth, about 18 months ago, maybe? Yeah, she was traveling over to the US, and we were like committing to this program was kind of like a decision that, ended up happening once she got to the US the next day, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
So speaking of that, maybe we'll start off, tell us, how long were you thinking about writing a book, and why did you want to write?
Cool. Well, I always wanted to write a book.
Yeah.
I always felt that I had a message to share with the world.
Yeah.
But why I wrote the book was I was actually pushed. I was at a very big stuck energy in my life through my son being addicted to methamphetamines.
Yeah.
And what happened is I got lost in that energy with him, and I couldn't find myself.
Yeah.
And so coming to your seminar was like I saw this beautiful, amazing woman standing there, and she had everything that I used to have, this zest for life and business, and I was like, I've got to do something. I've got to write this book. This is the time.
Yeah.
It was like a do or don't. It was a do or die, basically.
So it was actually a shift, like what your book says, in your own life to make that decision. What happened? I think you have told me a few times when you made that decision. What happened just by purely making the decision in your life?
Oh, just everything changed. Everything shifted. My energy shifted, which allowed me to then think success as opposed to be stuck in the energy. So I had shifted that to start with. But then business just started coming in. It was amazing. It was almost like pulling the plug. I'd made a decision, and as soon as I made the decision to write the book, everything just started changing. Business or clients started coming back, and it's just started, everything, really.
So what is the book about then? Obviously, there's a lot of speak of energy here, guys. And so tell our listeners what the book is about and how does it help people.
Cool. So the book is about energy. It's about shifting energy. So I'm an intuitive energetic healer and have been for the last 16 years.
Yeah.
And I have my own practice here in Perth, up in Gidgee. And I actually love what I do. My work is amazing. I get to see people really shift energy. So in this book is a whole pile of tools on how to protect your own energy.
Yep.
How to look after yourself, because very often we're empaths and we're taking on other people's energy and we don't even know we're doing that.
Yeah.
Especially great tools for kids, how to actually teach children to stay in their own energy field and know when they're being the effect of other people, which is really cool. But basically there's a whole range of tools. This book would be awesome for anybody that's struggling spiritually.
Nice.
Especially kids. Again, as a mum of two spiritual children, it's been amazing to give them these tools.
Beautiful.
So
yeah, I love your cover. Very spiritually, and the colours. To gain clarity in today's reality is the tagline, which you can't probably read there. And I know. And so now the book came out. So you came to the August retreat, right? Last year, which is coming up to 9 months now since the retreat. The book came out 3 or 4 months after the retreat.
The book came out on the 18th of November.
So 3 or 4 months, right after the retreat, which means Shelly completed the program in a very good time frame after her retreat, because we always like to say it's reasonable to say about 3 to 4 months. Some people have done it faster, they're on rocket fuel, and other people can take and lag and sort of take a year or so afterwards. But you took the exact amount of time I would average out, which is great and fantastic. So in that experience, so how did you find it? You've written this book on energy, you make that decision. How did you find the actual process of doing it?
I found it was amazing. I actually needed to be guided because I can sort of go off quite easily.
Yeah.
So I felt that, the 2 hour interview that we did, amazing. That actually explained how it all worked.
Yeah.
And I felt that I was guided all the way. I actually felt that I was on a sort of sucked into your energy all the way to actually help me finish it, which was really good. I didn't feel out on a limb. I felt there was a lot of assistance.
Yes.
And I didn't feel that I felt like I could ring you or I could ring Stu and just, ask a question at any time, So it was definitely an amazing process.
Because you're now publishing your second book with us,
yes,
which is exciting. The 7 Keys to Freedom.
The 7 Tools to
7
Freedom.
Tools to Freedom.
Which was a seminar that I wrote 7 years ago. So it's really very exciting that that's coming. It's actually been running, changing people's lives for years, but it's going to be really cool to have that book come out. And I probably keep going. With the process, it's so easy, The retreat was amazing. I have made some amazing friends from the retreat, that I'm sure will be in my life for the rest of my life. They're just people that were on the same journey and going through the same things, and it was amazing. The support at the retreat was fantastic.
And it was a record-breaking retreat, that particular one. These guys pre-sold the most books. I think it was 1,118 books across all of you that were pre-sold in just the first 48 hours, which is really cool. Now what's happening in your business? So you became an author, let's say 6 months ago, because it was December. What's happening in your life now? Like we saw that stuff started, we heard that stuff started to happen in the early stages when you made the decision. What about now? What is happening?
Well, now I'm fully booked at least 2 weeks in advance. So, to get into me, that's how it used to be prior the stuck bit, and then it was like, so now I'm back to full swing. And now I'm looking at running my 7 Tools to Freedom as a seminar on a bigger scale.
In more corporate, you also said, I think.
Yes, in more corporate, But in a bigger scale, I'm looking at 200 people in a room. That's my goal. And I believe that that's where it sits well, and I'm looking forward to that. But I feel very confident that that's about to happen because of the process. When you write a book, you feel... I don't know, you feel that you've accomplished something.
It changes you.
It does. Your stature changes. It's almost like people look at you. I drop some books into Shantiques and people see my face on there and they like almost bow as you you know what I mean? It's like, a thing. It's like, ooh, 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 and I'm like, what are they looking at? Oh, they've probably seen my book. It's really weird. Yeah,
I've had that happen to me and it's like nothing special. I've just done
exactly.
But they do. People who haven't done it before, they do see it as a big thing. So and it should be considered a big thing because it does take a brave and courageous person to put themselves out, to put information, and to be open to any criticism or anything of people. Obviously you're going to have the lovers and the haters. So so people can buy the book in Shantiques in Midland in Perth, but also the book is available worldwide on Amazon. So look it up there, and of course through Shelly, I'm sure we're going to tag you in this video, and they can directly contact you and sort it out. So, but at the end of the day, what I always say to people, it's really not about the book, like the book sales. This is your little business card on steroids, isn't it?
Yeah.
And for you, where you make the bigger difference is when you are actually working either the one-on-ones or at that workshop level, isn't it?
Absolutely. You've got a tool.
You've got a tool.
I mean, you can teach someone so much in a one-on-one session or at a seminar. Yeah. But this is a book that they can take away and they can read chapter by chapter, and they've actually got not a workbook, but they can work on themselves. Yeah. If they're stuck in an area, they can go to that and they can read it. Yeah. So it's a tool. Yeah, I love it. Well, thank you for taking part in our author video interviews. It's been great to have you also come back and help us here, and we love seeing you grow, and can't wait to maybe do another interview when the next book is out, guys. Very, very soon. Cool, yeah. Gotta get her kick up her butt, so she can get to work because she's so busy, with her clients. All right, we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.